part comes down, you've found capital city markets that are not good for investment, so you pick the capital city markets you want to invest in at that point in time. You've knocked out growth corridors within that capital city market, so you've got areas and suburbs that you want to invest in. Now it comes down to picking the optimum size and quality property for that area. Now, a few things we're going to go through. We're going to go through these separately, but the key things to smart buying when choosing an investment property is first to throw emotion out the door. Come down to these things and you'll buy the best property for that specific area, because every property for every area changes. So it's not one size fits all. The keys to buying: buy below the median house value. Ensure the property is a low cost to hold. Optimal size and quality. Establish capital benchmark. We'll talk about land content. We'll talk about amenities, and we'll talk about whether you should buy new property or old property. The first one I want to go through today is buying below the median house price. So I'm going to draw a city market in the shape of a triangle. The reason I've used the capital city market to teach you about the median house price and why it's important to buy under this is really to come down and show you that at the top of the market, there's only a few people that can afford something 10 mil. Down the bottom of the market, we're going to say that there's most people in the property market who are capable of buying. The lower the price, the more people are that can buy them. So hence the reason why the buyers within a capital city market are in the shape of a triangle. Now here's why you need to buy under the median house price. If we say, for example, in this market, $1 million is the median house price. I want you to understand something about valuers. If you understand this concept, and if you understand the next words that I'm going to provide, your future's going to be much brighter. So your future net wealth is determined by the bank panel's valuation, not on the sale price, but on the future value the bank panel value is put on your property portfolio. So it'll become clearer, don't worry. So if we think about the way valuers work, there's three types of valuations. There's the step through, which is basically where they go out and they walk through the property, and they do this at the top end. Then there's the drive-by, where they may or may not go through the property, but they'll pull up and see the property there. And then there's what's called the desktop, so they'll check things like price finder, RP data, look at local sales through title office, and they'll work out 4-bedroom, this amount. So at this level, it's a sausage factory as a valuer. And no disrespect to valuers, they're highly skilled, but they churn valuations out. The more valuations they do, the more they get paid. So if we think about why we buy under the median house price, knowing the valuer's mentality, the other key thing to understand about valuers, if they can't justify the price they've put on something, and the property is sold at an executor's option, meaning the bank's forced to sale, and it sells more than 10% below the valuation they've put on it, they or their insurer is liable for the difference. So they'll always value at least 10% below what the market price is. Now, keep coming back to maximising your future net worth portfolio. So let's remember that big statement I told you about, understanding what your future net worth is. And this is where, if you're smart about your property investment, you can make instant equity, which will make your future so much financially brighter. So if we were to buy in a property market with a median of 1.5, a property at 1.3 mil. For example, this is a 4-bedroom, this is a 4-bedroom, might be a bit bigger block. Understanding the valuers are doing this in a sausage factory, and they get paid either way, regardless of the dollar figure they put on it. They'll come in and go, median house price for 4-bedroom, this capital city's $1 million, this one's 1.3. Seems a little bit high for what's safe for me to put on it. 4-bedroom. I'll put 1.1 million on it. Now, if that's your own home, maybe you've got the money to chip in the extra. If you're emotionally connected to buying this property, chuck in the extra money, you get your property, and life goes on. If this is an investment property, you have to make up the difference in extra money you put into the deal to get it across the line. You've also got a property with a sales market value of one thing, but the bank panel valuation of another thing. So if you think about the same mentality of buying under the median house price and the valuers, the way they operate, if in $1 million market we buy between 600 to 800K, knowing the value. Now this is where we get tricky. This is how you create huge amounts of wealth, more than the average investor. So the valuer comes in, goes $700,000 property, hypothetically, contract, 4-bedroom, capital city markets, medians $1 million. Yeah, I'll put if the contract price is 700, for example, yep, tick. Or what they'll actually do is they'll take up to 10% off that, because remember, they like being conservative on the contract, face contract value. Now, I'm going to get to where you're going to make some instant equity later on. So the valuation may still come in under that, and that's okay. But once the deal's done, you've got your property, and 6 months later, 12 months later, you go to buy property 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is, and you go back to a new valuer, and they look at the property you bought. They're not now looking at the contract price. They're just revaluing something. So they look at your 4-bedroom you purchased in the capital city market, it's $1 million, and you've got more chance of getting a better valuation than the price you paid for it. Therefore, creating instant equity, which you can use to go and buy another property. So now we're creating instant equity, which is allowing us to duplicate. Now that's smart investing. So understanding buying under the median, how the values work, and how to increase your net future worth based on the bank panel valuations is one of the big keys to property investing. Enjoy. We'll come back. We'll talk about some other nuggets that are going to get you across the line with your property.